Shalom. Once I call Halayim La Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I want to say Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, who we endure all things for. Shalom to all the Akim wa Akwakim who believe on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. And to the bitter end, I say yet again, Shalom. So as you can see in the title, it states that convenience is Esau's trap. It's a snare. It's a stumbling block. And anybody who gets caught up in the whole idea and the whole premise of the idea of being comfortable and getting benefits from your enemy, you're only making yourself a target for this man and his wickedness. Because this whole idea of convenience and that you can get a lot of benefits if you just follow through with what he wants you to do is only making yourself an easy target for him to come roaring down like a lion, chasing you and putting you through his trap, through his snare, which is nothing but death. And just like it talks about in the scriptures, he's insatiable. He's a death adder. He can only want more and more. So, let me just start out with the definition of convenience. So I'm talking about it. Convenience, the state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty, similar, benefit, use, good, comfort, ease, enjoyment, the quality of being useful, easy, or suitable for someone. Mm. A thing that contributes to an easy and effortless way of life. And you, without a doubt, there's a lot of people in Babylon the Great in the United States of America that want to have an easy life to live. Most people have been indoctrinated with the idea of living an easy life, having everything handed right to you, especially the nation of Israel, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Y'all been enslaved here for a very long time, and you receive so many quote unquote benefits from your evil, wicked twin brother that y'all can't see yourselves ruling without this evil ass person, without his wickedness covering the face of this earth. You can't see yourself not being sovereign, not being able to have your own currency, your own power, your own wealth, riches, status. That's a thing that our people don't want to proceed with. As long as this guy's in power, they have no issue being a servant, his slave. And that's the only way this entire kingdom is being upheld right now via you Israelites. The fact that y'all continue to allow this man to take advantage of y'all for so long. And the only way he can continue with this evil kingdom, again, let me not say kingdom, because that's disrespectful to the previous kingdoms in the ancient world. This queendom is by the blood, sweat, and tears off of your backs. And y'all going to continue to allow it as long as you're alive in this evil captivity that we're currently in, because this is not our rest. Again, this is the perfect definition of convenience, a thing that contributes to an easy and effortless way of life. Other similarities, appliance, amenity, facility, device. And what's that implemental device that's going to be given to the whole earth? By who? Our wicked twin brother Esau, that radio frequency identification chip. That's going to be the end of all technology. That's the end all be all for everything high tech, everything to do with devices and other various things, technologically speaking, because it's going to be a convenience at some point for the people to take this device. And this device is only going to be a matter of a ticking time bomb for you people because y'all trust in this system and y'all trust in the same person who has it out for all of y'all. And little did y'all know that convenience is going to be y'all death. Let me start out in the book of Sirach 12 and 10 in the GNT. And the Wada Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, that I have the ability to do this lesson right now because this allows me to feed the flock, feed the sheep. Sirach 12, verse 10 in the GNT. Never trust an enemy, and our biggest enemy is our evil, wicked twin brother. Going back to Genesis 25 and 25, who came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. His wickedness is as destructive as rust. Watch out and be on guard against him, even if he acts ever so humble. So even though they have very, very smooth words, they say things that sound good, but they're really not, because this guy has a strong way of deceiving people. He has a certain way of using words, because what people don't seem to understand is that words carry a vibration, especially the English language. It has very small spells that can be casted. It can be casted very easily, especially since most of the people on this earth happen to be witches, warlocks, and they just happen to be working with a lot of magic and various other things to deceive the people. He is like a metal mirror that rusts away if you don't keep it polished. Exactly. See an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. And that's exactly what happened to our people. Starting with Judah, you so-called African Americans, and the other two tribes, Benjamin and Levi, who happen to be West Indians, Trinidadians, Jamaicans, the Guyanese, people of that sort, and then the Levites, you Haitians. Y'all got y'all heritage taken away from a very evil person, and y'all didn't care. Y'all just decided to allow this man to take advantage of y'all. But then again, we understand that was all according to prophecy. The morning, it was all part of the bigger plan that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai had in for our people for their disobedience. Y'all wanted to trust everybody else, but you didn't want to trust in the same power who gave you your heritage, your customs from on high, the divine laws, statutes, and commandments given to you by the Heavenly Father Himself through His only begotten Son. Again, see an enemy at your right hand, and the next thing you know, he'll be trying to get your own place of honor. And the highest esteem of honor is us knowing who we are and knowing that nobody else can take away our heritage. Even though it may seem like, yeah, we're in the bottom, yeah, we got all these things going on that happens to bring us down, we're still the greatest people on this planet. And just because we're at the bottom does not mean that we're not great. We're actually the special people holding unto Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, pursuant to Deuteronomy 7 and 6, and all the laws that was given to us from the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. And that's exactly what happened to our people. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. And now people have no regrets loving their captivity and loving their captors. In 2025, even though there's been a lot of information regarding who the so-called white race happen to be, biblically speaking, you're still going to have a lot of our people still wanting to cling on to him, still wanting to be just like them, still wanting to proceed with wanting to be literally the same people who did the worst atrocities towards you and your own people. And that's the nation of Yasharala, always considering the things of the heathens, even though we already have everything we need regarding the scriptures, regarding how to conduct ourselves in this life. But then again, that's how our people have always been, always wanting to cling to the undesirables, because that's exactly what the heathens are, the undesirables. They should be wanting to be like us, but we want to be more like them. And that's exactly why the Lord has to come back, because a lot of our people are never going to get this information. They're never going to get the wisdom from on high. Because contrary to popular belief, we were supposed to be the guiding light to all the nations round about us. Let me get that in Deuteronomy 4 and 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Adawan Yahweh, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great who hath Yahweh so nigh to them as the One, our power is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? And that's exactly what the premise is supposed to be. That's what we're supposed to be towards everybody on this earth. We're supposed to be that peak of light, like it talks about in Psalms 119, like it talked about in Isaiah 60, that all the nations are going to cling unto us and learn of our ways and be coming into our light. And what's our light? The laws, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And everybody's going to learn our ways of life, our ways of conducting ourselves, because the way this world is carrying itself right now is all but just vanity and death. And it's all going to come to naught, whether people like it or not. It's all going to come to an abrupt ending. What's up, bro? It's all gonna come to an extreme halt, contrary to popular belief. And this whole idea of convenience is what's been given to us about our evil, wicked twin brother who has not anything good in store for none of us, not even for the people of this planet. Let me get Rock, and we can go on if there's any more. Rock 12. Good morning. You want me to get the door? All right. Safe travels. Let me start here. Put him next to you, and he will overthrow you. Then you will realize the truth of my words and be stung with regret when you remember them. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers. So, like, at one moment, there's a lot of people walking out that are residents. It seems like they're going to faraway places. And I just want to be sure that I'm doing my part as long as I'm here. Because yet again, I'm in the plantation. So I'm trying to be wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animals, tamers who get bitten. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved with their wrongdoing. That's cold. That's the Lord. He's been warning you for a very long time, but y'all don't want to listen. And we get the door. Slovakia. So again, convenience. Nah, but that was heavy what I just said with the scriptures. Sirach 12. And let me start at 13, the GNT. Nobody feels sorry for snake charmers or wild animal tamers who get bitten. And nobody will feel sorry for you if you run around with sinners and get involved with their wrongdoing. That's cold. That's what Yahweh Shimei Shai has told our people since the very first day of the first Israelite on this earth. Now, I'm not saying that this was written first and then we understood it in the very first day of one of our people. What I'm saying is this wisdom has been given to our people, and it was supposed to be bestowed upon the rest of our people to understand that you can't trust the other nations. You can't trust the same person who overthrew you, took your heritage, and said that you were everything but an Israelite. And that's the nation of Yasharala, looking to the other people for help and for want of all things, even though it's been crystal clear throughout history that we are not desired by no one. No one has wants to be of the nation of Israel right now when it comes to being impoverished, poor, no wealth, no status, no actual sovereignty. Everybody ruled over us. And this whole idea of wanting to be like everybody else is what has our people right now in the condition we're in, at the bottom of society, always seeking to be pleased by everybody else, Salakia, pleasing everybody else but ourselves. Welcome to the reality of an Israelite. Let me read verse 13. An enemy will stay with you for a while, but not when trouble comes. And guess what? Jacob's trouble is right around the corner. It's going to happen. Contrary to popular belief, there's so much calamities happening throughout the four corners of the earth. Now, things may be very calm right now in Babylon the Great. Things may be seem going good because nothing tragic or big or destructive has happened, but it's going to come eventually. And all of you that want to walk with your oppressors, you want to walk in his ways, you want to walk with his customs, don't worry. You're going to feel his wrath soon enough. You're going to feel it. Let me get this. You want to be like the white man, you're going to die just like the white man, the so called white man, because we know he's not actually white. His skin is actually red. Salakia, bear with me one moment. Good morning. Proverbs 11 and 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. And that's what's going to be delivered at the end of the day. Everybody outside of the elect of the nation of Israel is an enemy of the Lord. Period, point blank. We don't have to go too deep into it. If you are an enemy of the Lord, you're going to be destroyed by the Lord, or you're going to go into captivity. If you're people that want to be just like the heathen nations, you want to be an idolater, you want to be an adulterer, you want to be everything contrary to righteousness itself, you're going to die right along with your oppressors. And we don't feel any type of way within the circumcision towards our people. Now, we understand that we're in this world, but we don't abuse it. Yeah, we got a few people that we can consider acquaintances for the most part, but they're still our enemies at the end of the day because they don't believe in the gospel. And that gospel is only given to the nation of Israel, no one else. Bear with me one moment. Easy. Yeah, I put it right there. Go here. You're welcome. It's going very smooth so far, no complaints. You? Good, because this city is going to, I don't know what. It's getting worse over here in New York City. Expensive, it's nasty, the streets are dirty. Thank you too. Wada Yahawah Shem Yahushai, that I'm able to speak right now about all the inconveniences that this devil has bestowed upon everyone on this earth. Because what you think is convenience is actually your inconvenience. And our people have to learn the hard way, and good for their asses, because we don't give a fuck within the circumcision. Y'all have to learn the hard way because the nation of Israel is a very stiff-necked and just a terrible people. Good morning. And that's just the fact of the matter. Wrath of life. Shalom, brother. Like Shalom, brother. Y'all Shimon Shai Brakatah. A resident just heard me. Like he didn't really like lay to heart. It seemed like he was in his own world as I was speaking, but it's like, yo, these people be coming out mad, slow. You don't hear their footsteps. I gotta I don't really like the dude, but I don't give a fuck. But if you heard me or not, I don't give a shit. But still, I want to be very careful as I'm speaking, because yo, yo, these heathens, bro, there's they real slick. They real slick, but I'm more slick, you know. But it's all good. I'll be all right. So again, convenience. Convenience is a snare. It's a trap of the devil. And if you find yourself wanting to cling unto him, knowing that he doesn't have it out for you, that anything good, you're only putting yourself in a bad position with the Lord, especially that ultimate convenience, which is going to be the mark of the beast, the radio frequency identification chip. That's the end all be all of all convenience. I guarantee you, and I know that other Akim, few sisters know that the RFID chip, the radio frequency identification chip, is the last piece of device that's going to be given to everyone on this earth. Everyone is going to have to either take it or not take it. You're either going to choose to serve the God of this world, or you're not going to serve the God of this world. And if you don't, more power to us, more power to the elect, more power to those who have forsaken everything in this life. But if you choose to take that device, you choose to be part of this society, you're only making yourself a target. And not only you making yourself a target to man who the Lord uses on this earth to bestow judgment, you're only making yourself a target for the Lord in this life and then in the next life. And we don't want to do that to ourselves. One moment. Good morning. I don't know. No, no. Sí, está bien. Sí. Bear with me one moment. I love how when you bring out lessons and you go live and you have things to say, that's when Shaitan wants to play around. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. The people just be walking like mad quietly, bro. They be waiting for you to, they want you to slip up with the tongue. I'm being very careful. And Shalom to brother Chapar Atazawam. Yahweh Shemiel Shai Brakatah, brother. But yeah, this is not meant to be long. It's meant to be short. The whole point of this lesson is don't trust your enemy, especially with him being the one responsible for giving the radio frequency identification chip to everyone on this earth, which is talked about in book of Revelation 13. Because someone has to give this out. It's not gonna be null and void. And that's not our people doing it. That's Esau and the rest of the nations bestowing that upon our people and the rest of their own people. And it's gonna literally do a great divide between who's been serving the Lord and who's not serving the Lord. But we understand that everyone is gonna be tried during that day. You're all gonna be figured out by the Lord, whether or not you trust in the society or you forsake the society. And the elect of Israel, not everyone, is gonna be tested in that day. And the elect are not gonna take the radio frequency identification chip, the ultimate form of convenience, and the water Yahweh Shemel Shai, that we're able to come back to who we are and understand that this world is going to fall and it's going to fall harshly and it's not going to get any better. but only worse here. And that's why we should never stop doing the work of the Lord at all. And with that, I'm gonna just say, Kol Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and say once again, Shalom.